Oliver and his family spent 4 days in the hospital after that wrestling accident. When they got home, they found a box with Oliver's name on it, and inside, they found a gift they'd never expect. Elaine, good evening. When I first arrived on scene earlier this morning, there was no way I could get this close to the home. Police told me Smith barricaded himself inside of the home here right behind me. I have to say the wind kind of makes the smell of chili go up and down the downtown, so I'm definitely not arguing with that. Lucia was arrested in Oshkosh 9 days after he tried turning himself in to the Vilas County Sheriff's Office. Documents and video are now painting a picture of what happened that night and how he got away. We're measuring snow out here. So we're looking at about 8 to 9 inches, but obviously this is the snow we've accumulated over the season. Memories and the families he's made at both places have made his job a lot of fun.
Hey, what are you doing by my squad?
And of course, he says humor is a big part of the job. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for tuning in. I've made a lot of friends. Those are all my friends back there.
Graduation, she was somewhere in the crowd.
These pictures capture moments in Zach Beckman's life, moments he'll never forget.
Obviously tell her that you love her.
Zach describes his mom, Luann, as a loving and caring woman.
This was me and her in the snow.
Even when things at home began to change.
I saw the effects of what addiction can do to someone, and so in a sense, it almost felt like I was losing her to that.
Zach told us about his mom's battle with alcoholism. They lost touch for a few years, and she eventually moved to Florida before moving back to Wisconsin.
I lost her to alcoholism, and then all of a sudden, then you lose her to murder, and you wanted her to be a success and come out of it.
On May 17th of last year, hikers walking this trail near Nocemium Lake found Luann Beckman's body. Police say her belongings were scattered over several hundred feet, and because this was considered an outdoor crime scene, there was a lot they had to take into consideration.
Every rumor, every statement that is brought to us, we have to track down.
Vilas County Chief Deputy Patrick Schmidt said this case was difficult to piece together for several reasons. Luann's body sat in the woods overnight, it rained, and they had no witnesses. Pieces of evidence went to the state crime lab as well as the FBI lab. Schmidt says those things take time, but they want to make sure things are done right.
People need to understand that we're going to do what's best for Luann. She has a voice in this, and we are that voice, hopefully.
Schmidt says police understand why the Beckman family wanted answers. They hope all they've done up to this point has been enough.
There hasn't been a day since May 17th that someone in this office hasn't talked about what happened and what else can we do. What else can be done?
Those are questions like these memories etched in Zach's mind.
You look at it and it's I know there was troubles going on at this time.
Questions he hopes will soon be answered.
She's obviously proud to be there. My mom deserved better, and this person does not deserve freedom if she didn't.
All of the reports have been sent to the Vilas County District Attorney's Office. Chief Deputy Schmidt says next week police will have a meeting with the DA to go over everything. Then they will decide what's next. We also tried calling Zach back after talking to police today, but he didn't return our calls.
The day that I came down here, the boat was probably half out of the water.
Dan Kennedy said that day came way back in November when he first found this boat frozen in the lake.
It was actually scary because I thought somebody is going to get hurt.
Kennedy is the maintenance supervisor at Centerstone Resort Lake Air in Tomahawk. He found the boat frozen in Lake Nokomis just behind the resort, about 20 yards from a marked snowmobile trail.
I don't think I could live with myself knowing this was out here by a snowmobile trail and somebody getting hurt, and I knew about it and said nothing.
It doesn't look like the boat is sticking out of the ice that much, but when you move out all of the snow, you're looking at about 6 inches of boat sticking up above the ice. Today, Tim Calhoun, the president of the Northwoods Passage Snowmobile Club, helped Kennedy mark the boat with orange barrels.
It'll be safe. Nobody should hit it with. It'll be signed and marked well.
Calhoun said as long as snowmobile riders stay on the marked trails, they should be okay. But he admits this is the first time he's seen something like this.
I think if somebody hit it at the right angle, I think it could do some damage, possibly injure somebody. but it is virtually sunk.
Calhoun says the snowmobile club likely won't try taking the boat out until after winter.
It's visible that
For Kennedy, it's at least a sigh of relief to finally see signs up after all this time. We're covering the news in Tomahawk. Allie Herrera, Newswatch 12.
Go into.
When you look into the eyes of this 11-year-old, you'll see drive and discipline.
She shows a lot of heart. She shows a lot of determination. And that is a skill set that, you just can't teach.
On the mat, Natalie Simak shines.
It's really fun and difficult. It's a good challenge.
But for her, challenges are far beyond just winning matches.
Natalie was born with amblyopia. One of her eyes is completely nearsighted and one is completely farsighted, and she has no depth perception.
She's a very athletic girl. We've tried many things. We've tried soccer and we tried t-ball and just very hard for her.
At just 9 months old, Natalie got her first pair of glasses. Ever since, she's been beating the odds.
Push away.
It's been really difficult for her to navigate physically, and she's really overcome a lot of obstacles. We're super proud of her.
I just keep working hard and training through it.
Natalie is now training to overcome an even bigger obstacle. She'll be representing Team USA at a martial arts tournament in Australia later this month.
There's a lot of people, of course, in the country that deserve to go, but I think being that I had the opportunity to do the pick, she was definitely on my #1 list.
If just for a day you could see the world through Natalie's eyes, you'd see her vision of success is clear as day.
Sure, it's a competing, a fighting, aspect, but there's more to it. There really is a lot of mind, body, and spirit, and that's where Natalie comes in.
Okay.
We're covering the news in Eagle River. Allie Herrera, Newswatch 12.